YouTube, we're out here with the pit bulls. It is Friday. Thank God. That means the weekend is just around the corner, and we're gonna have a lot of fun with the dogs this weekend. Hopefully, plan to take them out in the field. But anyways, without further ado, let's talk about today's topic, which is nutrition and diet. Um, this is a question I get asked a lot about. So basically, when I first had my dogs, I had them on multiple diets. Like, it took a while for me to find a brand of dog food that they could get accustomed to, because I had that same problem that I'm pretty sure many of you dog owners had, in which basically you buying dog food, it's really expensive. It's not cheap. It's $20 and up. Probably the cheapest you could find if you're lucky is like 18 bucks, but it doesn't even last you like a week because how small the bag probably is. But anyways, the point is, I was always constantly changing the brand of dog food so my dogs wouldn't be able to adjust to the diet. And so a way that I found out to avoid that was by asking, basically the vet lady. I just asked her, I was like, well, my dogs are struggling to eat, and I'm having trouble finding something to eat for them because they're constantly like either leaving their bowls full or not eating enough of it. And it was just worrying me that they weren't getting all their nutritions for in order to be as healthy as they can. And so what I did was I asked her, and she recommended like a few brands of dog food for me. And so I tried all three of them, and I found one that worked the most, and it was Kibbles and Bits. So that's Kibbles and Bits. I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar with it. Pretty popular brand. And that's really what they loved as a kid. Look, they want to play tag. Look, they want to play tag with her. Look. He wants you to chase him. Watch, do it. Just do it. Watch this, guys. She's gonna try to chase him, and he's gonna run. Watch. See, he's look. That's why he gets down. Look. See, he wants to play with her. Look at him. Oh my God. Yeah, that's Yogi for you guys. See, he loves to do that. That's his thing. But yeah, anyway, look, Nala, you see how Nala's just chill? She's like, no way I'm running out there, it's too hot. But he don't care, he'll just look at him the whole way. Look, there he is. But anyways, so yeah, I was doing that. Forgot what I was talking about, lost track. So anyways, yeah, Kibbles and Bits is what I feed them. I started feeding my dogs that around like 9 months, after I had sampled many different dog brands, because like I said, they were really expensive. But yeah, I tried that, and once they got like around the age of 1.5, so 1 year and 5 months, they started really I started noticing their eating behavior was changing again. So as they age, I learned that their diet changes with them. Like sometimes very drastically, like they'll go a whole week without eating much dog food. And that was because like they had gotten so used to eating the food that it really wasn't any flavor to it. So I started mixing it with like dog canned food and other flavorings, such as this flavoring they sell like at PetSmart and Petco, and which is basically like dog barbecue sauce, and you just scramble it with your dog food. And so yeah, and so basically that's what I started doing, and it became really effective in their diet. And I made sure and asked the vet if that was really good for them before I started using those products with the Kibbles and Bits, and she said that was totally fine as long as I don't overdo it, meaning like as long as I cut back on feeding them, because she said as they get older, and this is true because it happens to Nala a lot, as they get older they gain weight easier, and it's harder for them to run it out. It's not like when they're puppies and they gain weight and they can easily run it out. No, that's not the case. As they get older, especially like 2 years and above, it's harder for them to run off that extra weight, especially the weight that they gain during the winter. It's crazy because in the winter, dogs don't want to be out much, rather than just purposes of using the bathroom. So yeah, it was getting very very hard on them, the extra pounds she was gaining. And so what I learned is to cut back on feeding them, especially during the winter. Like feed them a little bit less, but don't feed them too less. So like halfway, I started meeting their diet like halfway point, where I cut their feeding portions in half, so like half the bowl and of both of the dogs, and I just feed them water also with their dog food. But that's the main thing. Just learn your dog's diet as it ages. It's different for every dog, but it's about the same, roughly about the same overall. Most importantly, just ask your vet. They know, they're very experienced. That's what helped me out a lot. Helped me get on the right track on feeding them a good diet, and run them out a lot too. Such as like when they're older, like my dogs are like close to 3 years old, or probably three. I would say they're three. Run them out a lot when you feed them, because you got to get that weight off of them, and so they can be, as healthy as they can. Again, don't overdo all this. This diet works perfectly for my dogs, especially with their coat. Helps them maintain and looking really nice. And yeah, so that's basically it. Also, I wanted to comment a little bit. When they're little, when they're puppies, my vet recommended that I don't feed them milk, or not feed them milk, but give them milk to drink. I can't remember exactly why, but she said water is pretty good, and water is pretty good for them. They're very energetic, and it's helped them stay hydrated for the most part. And so yeah, watch out for that. Also, I've been seeing a lot of, especially with American bullies, a lot of people like to feed them like extra vitamins, mixing their food with like vitamins such as Bully Max or Gorilla Max. I honestly don't believe in none of that. I respect the owners who are doing that because they feel that's good for their dog, but I honestly don't believe in that stuff. I just feed my dog regular dog food that's healthy for them. I don't try to push or force nutrients in their body that they don't need, or force a little more of these nutrients than others, so that just so the purpose of them building more muscle mass, just so the purpose of them looking bigger. I like how my dogs look naturally. I let their body develop naturally. And a lot of people will say, Bully Max and Gorilla Max helps bring out the natural body enlargements out. But in my opinion, that's a false statement. I mean, I respect those owners again who use it. I respect the diets that they choose for the dogs, but this is just my opinion. I think that what I'm doing works best. I don't think you should be paying a lot of money just for Bully Max and Gorilla Max. I know some of my old friends used to use it on their dogs, and to be honest, it wasn't really much of a difference. I find dogs are pretty happy and active like mine are right now, You don't need all of that. I'm also going to take my dogs a shower later. I forgot to mention at the beginning of the video because they're dirty, as you can see. I'll make a video after I'm getting ready to take shower with them. Yeah, so it's gonna be bath time for them. So, and yeah, that's all I'll leave you guys with for right now. If you guys have any comments on the diet or anything else, just feel free to drop those below. But yeah, as your dog ages, the diets change. That is definitely obvious, especially like with puppy dog food. Make sure you're feeding your pups puppy dog food, because there's a difference. There's puppy dog food, and then there's adult dog food. So make sure you're feeding them right, because your puppy can get sick if you're feeding it adult dog food. Also, every now and then I do throw in treats within meals here and there, between meals, like dog bones, meat bones. I give them on every 2 days. I give them milk bones. I don't overdo it. But for drinking, I always give them water. I give them fruit every now and then, like watermelon and stuff, but I don't overdo it. That's very rare. So yeah, other than that, it's pretty much a regular diet like I mentioned earlier in this video. And if you have any questions or concerns on your dog's diet, feel free to ask me. I'm pretty knowledgeable on them, because I've had dogs most of my life. Always keep your dog healthy. It's not always best to go with cheap alternatives, but go with the cheapest, most nutritious alternative of dog food. That's what I do with mine. And look at her. She's just itching her back. She needs that shower bad, so she'll get it. But anyways, yeah, I always find that's the cheapest method and most nutritious for them. And yeah, be sure to like, favorite, and subscribe, and comment, and share with more other YouTubers and stuff. And God bless. I really love my dogs. I'm very passionate about animals. I respect anybody else who has dogs and animals and really do the best out there for them. Shout out to Connor. He's a YouTuber who's been commenting a lot about my videos. Sorry this shout out took a little bit longer, but I had other videos I had forgot to upload from earlier, but your shout out is now, so thanks for supporting my channel. And if you have anyone wants any other shout outs, feel free to ask. I'm not like either the YouTubers that say donate first and then I'll give you a shout out. Nah, I'll just give you a shout out, supporting me is good enough of an exchange. So yeah, I'll leave you guys with that. Love my dogs, love pit bulls. I know pit bulls are scrutinized a lot just for the breed and bad rep from years ago when they used to use them for fighting, but that'll be another topic I'm about to talk about soon. And yeah, God bless. Take care, guys.